Mayor Jeff Lunde from the city of Brooklyn Park joining us. Welcome again, Mayor.
Thank you.
Time for an update of some things that have happened in Brooklyn Park and also some things coming up. First, you had a recent trip to New Orleans that I understand came out of Zanewood. Tell us a little bit about this connection and what you learned there.
Yeah, so we have been asked to be part of a nationwide program called Cities United, and that's an effort to focus on male youth of color and some of the things that they face, the challenges, and how important that we need to really focus on them. And so we got together with 19 other mayors, spoke as a two-day conference, and then listened to President Obama's speech on My Brother's Keeper, and then actually had a conference call with President Obama to talk about our initiative and what we're going to do. So over the next few months, I'll be convening some work sessions and some citywide events to really start to say, what can we do, what can we focus, and what makes sense.
Very good, something that I'm sure we'll touch base on as we move down the road. Let's move ahead to another event happening in town, some things that have been discussed. The Youth Homeless Shelter, I understand, took a big step recently here in March.
Absolutely. The EDA approved using some TIF money to provide for that shelter. So we'll provide the building. We'll lease it back at $1 to the partner who will run it. And we're looking at it as a good initiative to really combat sex trafficking, which really focuses on youth who are homeless. And so we know this is an important part of our community.
So what is the next step there, and when might we see this open and ready for use?
I think right now the approval has been given for the money. Now it's find a location. We've got a few narrowed down.
Right.
Once we get that, we start that part. And we're continuing to fundraise and getting people involved.
All right, as we meet with the mayor here in mid-March, he's looking ahead to April and some events coming up. The first event is Volunteer Appreciation.
Yes.
How many volunteers are there in Brooklyn Park? This is a big deal for the city.
There's hundreds. I mean, you don't even call it the churches.
Right.
But we have an event where we want to say thank you because we could not run as a city without volunteers. And so what we're going to have on April 3rd is that people come in, we'll thank them, we'll kind of do some presentations, recognize some people who have done a lot of things, and ask people to get registered. First 275 are free, and after that we're going to have to cut it off.
All right, that event again is on April 3rd, so if you missed it this year, volunteer next year, and you'll get invited. Sweet Taste of Italy is going to be serving up some spaghetti and things in preparation for Tater Days.
Absolutely.
Tell us about
50th
that.
Anniversary of Tater Days. Sweet Taste has always been a proud partner of that, not for all 50 years, but for a lot of them. And so people go in there and order. A percentage of the proceeds will go to Tater Days.
And Tater Days, if you're wanting to mark it on your calendar, is June 12th through the 15th is when it's happening this year. And you still need volunteers for that.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the need and how this group really is based on volunteers as well.
Tater Days is 100% volunteer driven and run, and they do all the money raising, and it depends 100% on volunteers. And so anybody wants to help, we'll take them.
All right, City of Brooklyn Park website, always a great place to go for information about some of those events coming up and also ways to get involved with the youth here in the area. Mayor, thanks again for your time.
Thank you very much.
Talk to you again soon.
Thank you.